Hey guys, Tina here and welcome to part 2 of my September wrap-up, in which I will let you know what are the books that I managed to read in the last 2 weeks. Now I have to say they're not many, there are only 3, but they were all fantastic, so I'm really happy with that. The first book that I read is The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue by Mackenzie Lee, which I'm pretty sure you have all heard about by now because it's a very popular book right now and it's really a lot of fun, so I can see why people keep talking about it and that's why I will do it as well. This tells the story of Monty, who is a gentleman's son living in the 1700s, and he's about to descend on his grand tour of Europe, and what he expects is a lot of drinking, partying and just shenanigans in general. He's about to be joined by his best friend Percy, who he is in love with, and also his sister Felicity, who he doesn't really care for, so he's not happy about that part. But of course nothing goes according to plan. And things happen. There's a lot of adventure, a lot of mischief and just general hilariousness. The book is told from Monty's perspective and he is a great point of view character because he's really bratty and he tells the story really well. It's really fast paced, so you just fly through it because there's always something happening. And yes, he does a lot of complaining, but he also grows a lot throughout the story, which is fantastic. I always love that. His friend Percy is the voice of reason and he tries to influence Monty to be slightly smarter, and he's not always successful about that, and he also has his own struggles that he's going through. Then there's Felicity, and she was a great character as well. She's really smart and strong, and she's just really unhappy about the fact that she is a girl and she has to go to a finishing school when she would like to study medicine and just do a man type of things, which she is naturally forbidden from doing. And I cannot wait for her book to come out because I'm pretty sure it's going to be great as well, because she was a really enjoyable character, and all in all it was a really fantastic read. It has the hype and it's well worth it, so I was really happy that I picked it up. It was something that I really needed, so yeah. The next book that I read is A Dreadful Tale of Prospero by Alexandra Bracken, which is book 1 in a trilogy series, I'm not sure, and it's a middle grade book and it was really enjoyable. It tells the story of Prospero Redding, who is a 12-year-old boy living in this small town that his forefather built, and his family is sort of ruling it, especially his grandmother, who's in charge of the whole clan, and they don't really get along. She's pretty mean and he's sort of a black sheep of the family, so bad things keep happening to him, and yeah, he struggles with that, and then this thing happens and he realizes that he has a demon living inside of him, and that is quite the news that he receives, and he's not really happy about that, and he has to deal with it, of course, and he wants the demon out. And it was a lot of fun, and most of the story takes place in Salem, Massachusetts, and it's a very witchy town. There's like goblins, witches, and just craziness, and I really enjoyed this book. There's always something happening again. The main character, Prospero, he is the POV character, and he's really sarcastic, and his commentary was fantastic. I really enjoyed reading from his point of view. And the other point of view character is also this demon that is living inside of him, and he is this oldish Shakespearean type of character, especially the language that he uses at the beginning, because he's just, well, he's been gone for a while. So that was enjoyable too, and you could definitely see things from his perspective as well. And all in all, it was a really enjoyable book. Things happen at the end that are sort of cliffhanger-ish, so I'm looking forward to the next book. But until then, there are other books to read, but I do recommend it. It was a lot of fun. And the last book was actually a reread, and this time around I listened to the book on Audible, and that is Career of Evil by Robert Galbraith, which is book 3 in the Cormoran Strike series that I just love. I know that book 4 is being written currently, and I just need it really soon. I'm so eagerly expecting it because this book just kills me every time I finish it, and I want to know what happens next. But before we get to that, let me tell you about this one. This series is about Cormoran Strike, who is a private detective, and his assistant Robin, who is his eager apprentice. They usually solve different crimes, and this time around the crime sort of revolves around them, or actually involves them, because they are sent a severed leg, and it's sort of threatening, so they have to figure out who's actually after them, and the story is really fantastic. The character development in this book is just mind-blowing. We also get to learn a lot about their past, which is also very fantastic, because why I love these books so much is the characters, and that, as you know, J.K. Rowling is fantastic when it comes to characters, and these books are no different. So I had a blast reading this one, and of course when I got to the end, I just, again, I hoped for a different result, but there it was again, the cliffhanger that is killing me and has been since I read this book the first time around. And how can a murder mystery have a cliffhanger is beyond me, but this one sort of does, in my opinion, not regarding the case, but other things. Not that I want to dissuade you from reading it, because I think most people do not consider that to be a cliffhanger, but I do, because I'm just so invested in these two characters. But yeah. Anyways, those are all the books that I managed to read in the last 2 weeks. All in all, September was a pretty good reading month. I think I managed to read 7 or 8 books. Which is not really bad, considering that I'm not in a reading mood, because the thing is, when I think of, you know, what to do in my free time, reading really doesn't come to mind right now. So I'm slightly struggling there still, but hopefully things are gonna turn up, because I have a lot of books that I would still love to get to, but I guess I'll have to wait a bit, or not, we shall see. But anyways, thank you for watching this video, and see you in the next one. Bye!